You've already had your instructions one time. This is for the championship of the world. I expect a tough, clean...
There are nights in boxing that don't just define a fighter, they reveal who he truly is.
That was a weird posture by Tommy Morrison, bending over Foreman.
But few moments hit the sport the way this one did. Before the bell even rang, you could feel it in the air. The kind of tension that turns an ordinary fight into a chapter of boxing mythology.
Morrison is the first fighter Foreman has faced.
This was the night a young powerhouse named Tommy Morrison walked into the ring with a man who wasn't just a fighter, but a living symbol of fear and destruction.
Telling you, Morrison throws a big bag of wheat. Morrison saying midweek.
And nobody expected what happened next. George Foreman wasn't supposed to be human. Not at that stage of his career. Not at his size. Not with power that could knock the wind out of a man's life in a single punch.
Foreman thus far. 10 seconds left in the round.
When Morrison signed the contract, most people said he was walking into a storm with no chance of surviving. And yet, that was exactly why he accepted it.
A right uppercut hits Morrison, and then George leans into it. Comes with another big right. Morrison's ready for the challenge.
Because legends aren't born in comfort, they're forged in the kind of danger that makes the world doubt you. From the opening round, something strange happened.
Dangerous punch. Almost be labeled as foolish. Open it up for Foreman.
Instead of rushing in with the explosive combinations that had made him famous, Morrison showed the part of his character the boxing world had never truly seen: patience. He didn't stand in front of Foreman's cannon-like punches. He didn't get pulled into a slugfest.
Oh, big right by George, and Morrison comes out swinging.
Instead, he moved. He circled. He jabbed. He slipped. It was as if a fighter known only for violence had suddenly learned to paint.
Seemingly didn't hurt Foreman, who comes back with a left of his own. Foreman turned his back on him. Morrison turned.
Every second of that fight felt like a countdown. The audience held their breath, knowing that if Morrison got greedy for even one moment, Foreman would send him straight into the darkness. But Morrison wasn't the inexperienced knockout artist people assumed he was. That night, he became a strategist, a technician, a man fighting with his future, not just his fists.
Heavy-handed, hurting him. Tommy moves out of the way. He said he's a better...
Foreman, with his stone face and iron presence, kept marching forward. Round after round, he tried to cut the ring down, to trap the younger man in the corner, to land the punch he had landed on so many before. But Morrison refused to stand still. You could see it in his eyes. This wasn't a scared fighter running for survival. This was a man in complete control of his destiny. Then came the turning point. Somewhere in the middle rounds, Morrison unleashed a burst 3, 4, 5 punches in a blur.
With a couple of rights of his own, Morrison ducks out of the way and lands a right. Morrison.
The kind of combinations that showed why he was one of the most explosive heavyweights of his era.
Earlier, we don't even get that in practice.
And for the first time, Foreman, the immovable object, actually looked troubled. Not hurt enough to fall, but shaken in a way that told the world Tommy Morrison belonged here. By the championship rounds, sweat dripped from both men like a final offering to the sport.
That was the most effective blow so far for Foreman, and Morrison answers with a left hook and a right.
The tension had turned into electricity. Morrison wasn't running anymore. He was attacking with precision, backing off with discipline, and proving with every movement that he had grown far beyond the fighter people believed he was. And when the final bell rang,
they trade punches in the middle of the ring. Tommy seems able to take George's stuff for the moment.
When the decision was announced, history shifted.
Fight is over. Fight is over.
Tommy Morrison had defeated one of the most feared heavyweights to ever live. Not by luck, not by knockout, but by outsmarting him, outworking him, and outthinking him. That night wasn't just a victory, it was a transformation. This was the moment Tommy Morrison became more than a puncher, more than a rising star, more than Hollywood's favorite boxer. This was the night he became a legend, because legends aren't measured by who they knock out. They're measured by who they dare to face, and who they prove wrong when everything is stacked against them.